this episode, we're going to go over the brand new Japanese set Pokemon 151, the Pokemon trading card game Classic Box set, and the announcement of the next English set, Obsidian Flames. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into the news. We're going to start today off talking about Pokemon 151. It looks like they just released images of the Venusaur EX, Blastoise EX, and the Charizard EX. This set is already starting to look a lot like Evolutions. One thing I really like about this set is the artwork for the Charmander, the Squirtle, and the Bulbasaur. So if you didn't know, the artwork on these cards are actually a modern version of the original base set cards. So what they did was they took the concept of the base set cards and modernized the artwork to make it look fresh, but still have that nostalgic feeling. So here's the Charmander card, and this one might be my favorite of the three. It does a really good job of capturing that essence of that base set card really well. The colors are really nice. I love the scene here. This is a really nice card. And here we have the Squirtle here, also a really nice card. I do really like the base set Squirtle as well. This one does a good job again, so really they killed it with the artwork. And of course, we have the Charizard EX in this set. There's no confirmation yet where 151 will end up in English. We have no set names, nothing's been confirmed, but I absolutely cannot wait for this card to land in English. But I'm also really excited for the Japanese counterpart as well. We'll be getting this set in June. This card in terms of playability, along with the Venusaur, kind of not so great, but actually the Blastoise cards looks to be pretty promising. So Blastoise definitely got some love in terms of playability. So you can take a look here. His ability does 30 less damage against incoming attacks. And for 2 energy, Blastoise is going to do 280 damage, along with 330 hit points. There's a lot of other cards that can also make this card even tankier. So Blastoise EX definitely might be the most playable card out of the 3. It also just has a really nice artwork, just like the other 3. I'm really excited for all 3 of these EXs. Real quick, we're going to be giving away both Japanese Radiant Charizards to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like this video, subscribe to our channel with notifications on, and comment down below which new product you're most excited for. Alright, back to the video. So the concept of Pokemon 151 is that it's an entire remake of the first 151 Pokemon. We did get this little sneak peek here of all the cards that are going to be released in the set. We're going to analyze it real quick and see if there's any EXs that we may have missed. So it looks like we are going to get an Arbok EX. Looks like I'm seeing a Ninetales and a Wigglytuff EX as well. So we already know about Alakazam, and we're going to get into that one in just a little bit. But I also see a Golem EX. Looks like Jinx is maybe going to be the Terrestrialize EX because it is looking to be a water type here. We already know about Mew EX, but I'm also seeing a Zapdos EX down there, which is a little odd because Articuno and Moltres seem to be just regular rares. So interesting to see why they picked Zapdos EX for this particular set. We are going to backtrack a little bit here and talk about the return of Kadabra. Kadabra and Alakazam are going to be making a return in Pokemon 151, and that's really big news. Kadabra has not been in a Pokemon set in over 21 years because of the lawsuit with Yuri Geller. Looks like in 2020 he actually let go of the lawsuit, which gave rights to Kadabra back to Pokemon, and now he's going to be making a comeback in Pokemon 151. It's quite a comeback here because this Alakazam EX is actually the first Pokemon to actually have an attack that attacks from the bench. So this Pokemon does not have to be in the active spot to actually attack your opponent's active Pokemon. Before we get into our next topic here, I wanted to throw in a little bonus because we are getting another Unigaba set of promo cards. The first one was the Unigaba Pikachu, was a big fan favorite. That one was only an exclusive Japanese card, and it looks like they're going to make an entire lineup of evolutions from the Unigaba artwork. Looks like this product releases on May 24th, and I'm going to imagine that this is going to be really tough to get. So maybe keep your eye out for some deals on this thing, but I think it's going to be a really tough box to get. So real quick, here's what the artwork looks like. We got the Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon here. It's a very simplistic, cartoony type of artwork. It's really cool, very unique. Pokemon really doesn't have anything else like this. Here are some of the other cards here. We've got the Espeon, we've got the Umbreon, Leafeon, and a Glaceon. And of course, down at the bottom, we got the Sylveon here. So you do get all the evolutions in this set. So next up, we're going to be talking about the Pokemon trading card game Classic Box set that's going to be releasing in October. It's actually going to be releasing in English and Japanese. It looks like the price is going to be around $275. I don't know if that's going to be the same for the English counterpart as well. This is a very unique product. It looks like Pokemon here is trying to get people back into like the classic Pokemon trading card game style, but they made the cards look absolutely insane. These holo patterns are really unique, and I kind of have a feeling that collectors are probably going to eat this thing up. So as you can see here, there is going to be a remake of the base set Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise in this set. You can see their unique holo pattern here. It looks like it's kind of a glittery gold star border and in the background. But there's also a Lugia and a Ho-Oh EX in this to kind of, I guess, spice up the decks to make it a little bit more interesting. The board itself does seem to be really high quality. You got some really nice game pieces, some interesting things there. But of course, everyone's just going to be looking to get the cards in this box. I'm hoping that this does actually get into some players' hands because I think it is a cool idea. I think there's going to be a lot of people just across the board that are going to want this box, but there's definitely going to be a lot of collectors that are just going to be wanting to get this Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. There's also a Pikachu, a Mewtwo, and of course the new EXs. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye out on this product to see what happens with these cards. Are they going to make it to the players, or are the collectors just going to eat this thing up? All right, so this is actually the preview that Pokemon released for the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. They're actually using the English cards in this, which is very interesting. You can see here the Chansey Holo here has that background. It looks a lot like Celebrations, but I think it's going to be different. I don't think it's going to have the texture that Celebrations has, or at least it doesn't look like it from what I'm seeing here. It is, of course, going to be a yellow border to keep that nostalgic feel for the original base set. Oh, and it looks like right here we saw that little Pikachu there. So we got the base set Pikachu with that same hollow background. And right here you get a nice glimpse of that Venusaur, and it looks like it evolved from Ivysaur, and it looked like the Ivysaur was actually hollow as well. There's the Charizard. Crazy. All right, I had a freeze frame here on that Charizard. Look at that. So it looks like a definitely different hollow pattern here. A little bit more fine in the details, it looks like. It does not have a logo like the Celebrations one did. So already, I think this looks a lot better than the Celebrations Charizard. And of course, at the end there, they got to pan out so you can see the Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. I'm telling you, collectors are just going to be all over this set. And recently, some more cards were revealed from the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic Box set. Looks like we can confirm that the Charmander, Charmeleon, Squirtle, Wartortle, Bulbasaur, and Ivysaur will also have a hollow pattern as well. The Pikachu, of course. Looks like they're remaking Bill and a couple of other supporters here. There's also some really unique looking energy cards. So it looks like the original base set energies are also getting the hollow treatment here, which looks really nice. Looks like the Japanese ones here actually do have that gold border as well. Those are going to look really, really good. Overall, I'd say I'm really excited for this product. We'll just have to see how expensive this is and if it's worth it to buy. And last but not least, our next English expansion will be Obsidian Flames. Looks like this set is going to be released in August, which is just 2 months after Paldea evolved, which is kind of crazy. This is also the third series in a row where for the third expansion of the set, they've named it some sort of darkness and fire type name. So you can see here in Sun and Moon, the third set was Burning Shadows. And then of course, the Sword and Shield era, we had Darkness Ablaze. And finally, Scarlet and Violet is going to be Obsidian Flames. They're all so similar. It also features Charizard, of course. This time it looks like this is going to be a terastallized Charizard with a Darkness Terra type. So like the article says here, it is kind of similar to the Delta species. They've actually shown here the Delta species Charizard Star, which is an insane card. I don't think it's going to be quite that crazy, but we'll have to see what it looks like. If they actually make this Charizard card playable, people are going to go crazy. We don't know too much about this set just yet, other than that it does include the Darkness type Charizard. It's going to be coming out in August, and it'll be comprised of the Japanese set Ruler of the Black Flame. And one last thing for today. So they released the Nightlife EX box, and it looks like this could be the first box without a jumbo card. People have been asking for Pokemon to get rid of jumbo cards for the longest time, and it looks like they may have actually listened. This box seems to be a lot smaller, and instead of a jumbo card, it actually comes with 2 additional holo promo cards, which is a much better addition. I don't know about you guys, but I have boxes of just jumbo cards that we have no use for. So this is a really, really good change for Pokemon. I think this is definitely the right move, and I'm excited to see if this is going to continue with Pokemon's products in the future. Well, that was a lot to unpack. It looks like there's some really exciting things coming up for Pokemon. If you're a fan of the original Pokemon in the Kanto region, you're not going to want to miss these next sets. Well, that's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And with that, we'll see you next time.